Hello, 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 family. Welcome back to another episode of Oh to Behold with Camille Young. You're looking at her, that is me. Glad to have you here with me. Holy Rollers, what's up? How y'all doing? Yay! Glad to see you. Oh yes, oh yes. Look, y'all, I'm gonna dive right in today. And I'll do my announcements and all about subscriptions. I'll do that at the end. But I want to dive on into today's topic. Look, it's kind of long, but you'll get my point when you hear it. Okay. Today's topic is: do you really want a holy living partner, a Jesus chaser? Child, now this topic, to be completely honest, this topic has been on my topic list probably, if not the entire 3 years, definitely. Well, it hadn't quite been 3 years yet. It's been about 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years in January. But since I've been doing the YouTube channel, is what I'm saying, 3 years. But if it hasn't been the three years, it's definitely been 2 years. It's been on there a long time, and I kept pushing it, bumping it down, bumping it down, bumping it down. But I was like, you know what? I'm finna talk about this today because I really want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I found. Let me repeat the topic because I said it's kind of long, so I want you to get it fully, okay, in your mind what I'm talking about. It says, do you really want a holy living partner, a Jesus chaser? Okay. So I wanted to talk about this because I found, even before I started doing YouTube, before I wrote my book or anything, I found that, and speaking from a woman's perspective, right? I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, in guys dating me or wanting to date me, many of them are many times, I won't say amused, but I'll just say they are interested in me initially because normally I've had some type of positive interaction with them. Ever so often I'll get a guy, that I've never met, it just may be out and about and he may approach me. But most guys who really approach me are from situations where I'm maybe in a group and somebody is, they're interested and want to talk to me, or I met them through a business transaction, or I'm, at work, so our paths cross. So there's been some form of an interaction with that person, and they get to see, parts of my personality beyond just my natural beauty. But no, seriously, they get to see, some of my wittiness or positivity, those things. In addition to, of course, I do believe I'm a beautiful woman inside out, but I found that, or let me go finish what I'm saying. Or if I'm at church, they may meet me at church, so they may have heard me sing, or see me in the praise team, seeing my exuberance as I worship, those types of things, which may have made the initial attraction or whatever. And I found that a lot of men are intrigued. That is the word that I will use. They are intrigued by me and wanting to know more about me. And when they see me in a very positive and spiritual light, which makes them like, oh, okay, yeah, I like her vibe. She's a church going woman. She's a God fearing woman, blah, blah, blah. But then I begin, as the relationship gets, I won't even say it's a relationship yet, but as we progress, more conversations are happening, and, there are more interactions, and you get to see really what my positions are on certain things. It's kind of, they don't like me. Now there have been a couple, but for the most part, the guys that are not really about that life, and when I say about that life, really trying to live a life of a believer, really wanting to please God and be in the will of God, they really not about that life. And they really, and it shows, because when I, draw my lines in the sand about certain things or whatever, and they see that I'm really about that life, the interest backs up. Because when you initially meet somebody, they I want a God-fearing woman, or she's this, she goes to church, she sings, she's family oriented, blah blah blah, and she reads her Bible, and she encourages me spiritually, all these things. But then when it really comes, when it comes down, when it gets down to the nitty gritty, it's not really what they want, because it requires them to come up spiritually. There is a level of accountability that most of them are not used to women holding them to. There is a standard that is there. And don't get me wrong, yes, I have strong values. I have strong standards and belief systems in my life, and I've put structures in place to uphold that. And I put people around me to help me to uphold that, and my own personal relationship with Christ to help me uphold that. And I'm not perfect, but I do strive to do what's right. I found that most men don't want a real Jesus chaser. And I found, just in conversations and other things that I've watched, that sometimes women don't really want a true Jesus chaser man, a truly holy living person. Because again, there is when you really trying to get it right, you know what I'm saying, by the precepts and the love of Christ and all those things, when you're really trying to get it right, it does take you to another dimension. There go my word again, dimension, not level, but a dimension. And everybody is not ready for that. Yeah, they may go to church. Yeah, they may listen to church music. Yeah, they may even be a believer, okay? But they may not be really wanting to live out the principles that come with that lifestyle, especially when it comes to a dating relationship. Even with the cursing, go back and watch my video talking about I ain't fussing, but quit your cussing. That's not who I am. I don't want a man who cuss. It's just what it is. And it's not, I think I'm better than them, or they less than me, or what. It ain't that. It's just that's what I want. And I won't settle for anything less. So I ask people, yeah, you say you want to date me, but do you really want a real Jesus chase? I ask you, you say you want a man that lives holy, a man who is a God-fearing man, who's doing all these things that really is right. Then that's what you should expect. If he's put some parameters and structures in place to live a holy life during your relationship, you should respect that. You should respect that. That's one thing I will say. And he doesn't even know I'm going to mention him, but my nephew, Khalil, just got married a couple months ago, and he and his now new bride, they abstained from sex before they got married. And that's something that they publicly did. And he was one of the main ones in the relationship to uphold that standard. And they are 20, they're I think like 26, 27, somewhere up in there, 28. They're under 30. But that's not easy to do. Shoot. That's not easy to do. But that's what they set for their relationship. They set that for their relationship, and they were able to go into their marriage purely. You know what I'm saying? And again, sex doesn't guarantee that you'll have a great marriage, but it definitely puts you on the right road to knowing who you're marrying and knowing the person that you're marrying. Okay, so I just want to challenge my single ladies, my single gentlemen. Do you really want somebody who is a true believer and is a Jesus chaser and that's trying to live holy, live this life in a holy manner? I challenge you with that, because when those standards are placed before you, are you ready to jump on that bandwagon and ride it with them? Or are you kind of like, no, I ain't gonna do that now. God forgives. God, God understand. God know my heart. No, 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 no. I question you. I don't have to question. If that's your mindset, then that's not really what you want. You like the idea of that, but when it comes to the truth of it, that's not. You ain't about that life. You ain't about that life. Okay. All right. But I challenge you. Don't look down on those who have those standards in their life. Don't put pressure on a woman who's trying to live right, because really you probably ain't the right one. If you know that that's a part of her lifestyle that she's trying to live, especially when it comes to sex, and you pressuring her, woman, I'm telling you now, walk away. If you're with a man who you've told you don't want to be intimate with, and he's pressuring you, leave. He is not the one. There is someone better. Trust me. Don't do it. Okay? That's not the one for you. So I ask you, do you truly want a holy living partner, a Jesus chaser, or not? All right, I leave that with you on today. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment down in that comment section. Please get your book at otobehold.com on today. All right, and until next time, God bless.